19. Extreme fear, guys. Some fear and greed indexes were showing like 4 yesterday. And it made sense because we hadn't decoupled from the stock market. Like, all your favorite big CT accounts had been shoving down your throat. Now, Bitcoin has actually shown decent-ish strength today. ETH did hit a level that we've been looking at on the channel for a very long time, and that was the lower area of this channel. Now, I do think that we do have the potential to continue a little bit lower down to that 1300 region, but we saw the perfect wick off the lower area of the channel. So in my opinion, we probably will respect it, and over the next few days, maybe the next 3 weeks of April, maybe we have some sideways consolidation, and then we have like an eventual drop to the 1618. And at this point, we can like really start to max long a lot of things. But I do think that ICP is at a very tasty level right now. And that is because, do you remember, worst case, let me get rid of this advert. Worst case, everyone leaves the market zone was going to be in red here. And we got the very lovely wick off it, guys, which also is in line with a retest of this wedge. Now, this can definitely fall back below it. It can definitely fall lower than $4.25, but $4.25 is going to be a pretty decent pickup level for your ICP bags, if you do ask myself, guys. And again, not financial advice, but when you're down 70% on a top play, on a top conviction play, then 70% from the recent highs, that is, in my opinion, is a pretty good steal, okay? Because the recent high was $15, and remember, we went higher than that earlier in the year. Went to like, what was it, $25 ish, something like that. $20. There you go. So 70%, even more from the high. And for all of you guys wondering exactly how low are we from that high, guys, that was a nearly 80% drop. Okay, so not bad. Lower than the last summer accumulation levels. Do I think we're ever going to make a comeback, guys? Well, there are a few reasons why I'm still holding on, and that is because, again, I always bang on to you guys about key structure. Now, shout out Camel. I'm sure that, like, pretty much everybody who watches my channel, I know you probably will watch Camel's channel. If you haven't, then go and check him out. We have very similar views on a lot of things, and he's very good if you're into stocks and commodities as well, which I am. It's not just crypto that I hold, guys. I hold a lot of precious metals as well. But as you can see what he posted here today, lots of damage has been done, and bottoms are a process that will take a little more time than what people expect. A lot of people want the V-shaped recovery right now, and sometimes we can just accumulate for a little while the same way that we accumulated. Let's go and check out the Bitcoin chart in this range here, right? 6 months of consolidation, maybe a little bit longer. Okay, so the bottom took time at that 40k or 45k all the way to the breakout was 92 days, which is 3 months, guys. Just over 3 months for us to break out of this range. So, we did bottom, and then it took a long time to get out of that bottom. We still had all of this chop to confuse people. So again, in here, everyone was convinced that the top was in and we weren't going to get a blow off top, right? We had a double top from the previous high, maybe just a slightly higher high is what everyone was going on about then. Now that's what everyone's saying. I do still think, guys, that we're going to be going to around 120k if we can break out of this structure. And that could be maybe in line with a lot of things that are coming up in May, right? So we've got the Bitcoin conference, which is going to be in May. We've got FOMC meetings May the 7th, which everybody's pricing in rate cuts for. On top of that, again, the global liquidity thing, okay, now showing May the 1st. Everyone's saying the offset between 70 days, 105 days, I believe this is 108 days, there you go, is the May blast off. So a lot of things happening in May. Now, I'm not trying to time it, guys, but if we do start to break down way before May and we start to lose like key levels for Total 3, for ETH, for Bitcoin, then maybe I'll just say, you know what, forget all of this narrative going into May, and maybe it really is over. But for now, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. But not for this guy, because he got liquidated 100 million yesterday. Poor guy. And I'm showing you this because there's still a lot of people that are entering leverage longs and leverage shorts as well. Okay, I was tempted yesterday to enter some leverage positions, and I'm glad that I didn't, because the market makers are going to have a field day with all of you guys who are trying to make some money back in the market. And I know there's going to be a lot of you guys who think, right, let me just do a little leverage to try and, even a 3x is not going to be that bad, or a 5x is not going to be that bad. Takes 20 to 30% to liquidate you guys. This poor guy now lost 100 million. Could you imagine that? Now, when it comes to liquidations, I want to show you ETH first, because I do think once ETH gets going, then we can start to get going for our altcoins. Majority of the liquidations now are above us. This is the 3-month liquidation chart on ETH USDT. When you check out the 1 year Bitcoin liquidation levels, there's a lot of liquidations that can come at the previous high, so like around 70k, which is going to be another 10% dump from where we are. Okay, so if we do want to, really try to get those lows at 70k, that could be the last level of liquidation. This is the yearly liquidation levels. Okay, so much more powerful than going on and saying, right, 24-hour liquidation levels, which a lot of people will shield to you. And right now it just shows, 77k. What we should be doing, guys, in terms of ICP, is just making sure that we should still be investing into ICP, right? And Internet Computer's total revenue reached all-time highs in Q1 of 2025, which was the worst Q1 in a very long time. And the quarterly revenue grew by 60x. So remember, the coin price is not the company, and often it's not reflected, right? Same reason why I say to you with things like Aerodrome, for example, right now $200 million market cap, and it's printing all-time highs for revenue and user growth, etc. Same thing happening for ICP. So you want to look for these chains that are actually showing metrics that are growing, rather than the price going up and the metrics going down, right? So that's another reason why ICP, in my opinion, is looking pretty good. Come to Bitcoin, and look, we could have, or we've completed this drive lower, so we can get rid of that. And then now what we need to do is start to look for new chart patterns. So really, again, 73k eyes on the prize. We've got the liquidation level at around 70, so we can even draw up a little line here and say 70 is going to be where everyone gets liquidated from their longs, which is technically going to be breaking lower than this support here. So the 1-2 support that we had here, if we do break lower and we could wick off it, then everyone's going to be fearful. They're going to probably enter shorts around this point. Boom, liquidations will be piling up to the upside. But we've got a lot of work to do, guys. 88k is the 100 MA. We've got this breakout level here at around 79k as well. Looks like we're going to be super volatile. Total 3, I do think maybe into May, right? Maybe we do extend this a little bit, right? And we can go all the way into the apex of May, would make sense. We chop around here a little bit, right? We can get rid of this 0.50618. Maybe we go to a breakout like this, right? First week of May. Wouldn't surprise me, okay? So technically this is still a bullish structure for the rest of the market, excluding Bitcoin and ETH. So I still have some hope in the market, guys. I'm still holding on to my bags. If I do start to sell any of my bags, I will let you guys know. But right now, key structure holding up pretty well, okay? Altcoins not looking great, but that is because Bitcoin dominance is extremely high right now. I do think once the Bitcoin dominance maybe reaches near 70% and then we get a rejection, then we can start to enjoy the rally to come for the total 3, which most likely will put in a slightly higher high. Everyone's going to think it's going to super overextend. It doesn't. And at these highs here, guys, is where we really will start to get a lot of our positions out of the market. But that's it. If you found anything useful today, leave me a comment, leave me a like on the video, click that subscribe button. Let me know what you want me to cover in the next video. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Peace.